close enough to see what's really going on with my hair. Okay, I'm gonna lean it. I mean, I guess it's okay.
It's good, Jill.
There's nothing floopy.
Floopy.
Do you know what that's from? It is a Phoebe Buffet word from Friends.
Floopy, yes.
Floopy.
So
Floopy.
We want to talk about today.
What else do we want to talk about?
Do you want to talk about healing? We can talk about healing. Do you have anything you want to talk about with healing?
I want to.
Do we want to talk about grief? Do we want to? Can we make grief funny?
Can we make grief funny?
Can we make grief funny?
I think we can make anything funny. We are that good.
About
Do we want to talk
healing?
about healing? I
We
would
can talk
love
about
to.
healing.
Yeah. I feel like you are very well versed in I don't even know what it's called. Like Eastern medicines and non-traditional.
I try everything. I will try everything twice.
Twice.
Yeah, because you just really can't tell from once. You never know. You might have been in a bad mood. So, I'll try everything twice.
Okay.
Yeah. I just came from acupuncture this morning and I had some cupping done. I have some fantastic stagnation, cupping, spots on my back. I would love to show them to you, but it's just not that kind of channel.
Right.
But cupping, for anyone who doesn't know, they put these giant cups on your back.
Like suction cups, yeah?
Yeah, like suction cups, and then they put this matzo ball in there and they light it on fire, and then it pulls out any dead stagnation and blood to the surface in your back, and then they move it around on your back, and then they pull it out, and then it leaves these giant, it looks like bruise marks because it just pulls the stagnation to the surface.
Did anyone else hear matzo ball?
That would
put a matzo ball
be
on your back?
delicious. Moxa, M-O-X-A.
Oh, what's a matzo ball?
You should
I Google it? Am I showing my ignorance? I'm
No,
showing my ignorance.
but I can't give you a definition.
Okay.
Because
I guess I'm hungry because I heard matzo ball and I was like, soup?
seriously, usually we have lunch when I come to Jill's, and I don't know what it's going to be today, and I'm really disappointed.
Oh gosh, the expectations are high.
I do have certain expectations when I come over, but we didn't plan it if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but in the healing, I've been going to the acupuncturist kind of once and twice a week now that I have healthcare again. Thank you, Jeff Gardner.
That's her husband.
And I feel like myself again, finally. I suffer from migraines, very chronic migraines. I've had them my whole life, and acupuncture's been the one thing that's really actually helped. And all of a sudden I feel like myself again. And when you're in the throes of perimenopause, which I don't mind talking about because I'm just breaking down the patriarchy by not caring that anyone knows that I'm 47 years old and I'm in the throes of perimenopause, and we can talk about that. I don't mind because no one ever talked about it, and perimenopause is actually all the stuff that leads up to the menopause, which is actually the 1 year when you aren't really having your period anymore. Nobody talked about it. No one ever talked about it. I will talk to anybody about it because this is how we empower ourselves as women, is by actually talking about this thing that happens to all of us. Why would I be embarrassed about this amazing life transformation that happens to all of us, that is an incredible ritual that every single one of us goes through, that they've locked up all the information so that we don't talk about it, so that we can't be empowered through this? Because why are bioidentical hormones not available to all of us to disempower us? Why are there only 20 doctors who actually do it in the state of California? Yeah, that aren't available through our healthcare system. Why? So that the patriarchy can be in charge and keep us down, so that they think that we're all crazy, and they put us all on blood pressure medication in our 40s. It's all, lock it up. But that's okay, guys can all get their Viagra delivered to their house on their, for free, or covered by their health care, and they don't have to leave their home because, God forbid, they have to talk about it because it would be embarrassing to them. But we're afraid to talk about how old we are and what. No, I'm not doing the work for the patriarchy anymore. Okay, I'm going to step down off my thing. So let's talk about healing.
First.
I will not be ashamed for my life transformation.
Oh, no.
Nor will I in any way be shamed for, what, I'm not sexy anymore because, I can't have a period anymore. Trust me. Trust me. I am in the prime of my life. Okay, prime of my life. All right. Okay, so let's start by healing.
Okay.
That's my healing for the entire all of our culture. Okay.
You know
I'm
what?
not be ashamed about any
do.
aspect of being a woman. Like the tradition of women.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's like saying like all of my mothers and my aunties and my grandmothers, like this lineage of like women that went before us, like that there's something wrong with what every single one of them went through. Like hell no. Those gorgeous women, they all went through this entire thing and my grandmothers and like all of these women who had all of this information that they passed down to each other, they stopped talking about it at a certain point. Because it wasn't passed down to me. Like, I had to go on Pinterest and find out about this shit? Are you kidding me? No. I went to 3 different gynecologists who all just said, because my migraines were so bad, I was throwing up. And I was like down for 4 and 5 days out of the month every time I had my period. And every gynecologist said, oh, it'll be better once you're done with menopause. I was like, what, so I'm supposed to hang out for 8 years and lose a week a month? Like, y'all are out of your mind. I got shit to do. I am a very busy and important person, and I'm like in the middle of the most exciting time, most prolific, creative time in my life, and you want me to just hang out? Fuck you! No one would ever say that to a man.
No, that's true.
Okay.
So
now, really, please talk, Jill.
Well,
I need to.
I would love to hear this, and I know other people would too. So if you're watching and you do want to hear all these details, subscribe and write a comment in the thing below. Below. Oh my gosh, there's...
Instagram's gonna blow the fuck up. YouTube's gonna blow up.
Blow me.
Oh.
No, I didn't mean that. But oh my gosh, this is just an aside. There's this fabulous woman I follow. Her name is Dr. Sarah Solomon. She's Canadian, and she's a fitness professional, all about intermittent fasting, and she's a dentist. She's just a really cool woman, and she cracks me up because on a lot of her videos, she would like comment blow me. Like she knew what she was doing. She's very funny. And anyway, shout out to Sarah Solomon. I love your stuff. I'm sorry I don't engage more, but I'm watching and you're awesome.
And a quick shout out to Kaylee Hopper, my acupuncturist in Highland Park on the Holistic Center on Figueroa. It is also, they have a doula there. They've got it's amazing. Okay. Yes, please continue. Let's talk more about
healing. I want to hear all about healing. When did you realize, these doctors who keep suggesting these drugs for me, nothing's helping? What prompted you to explore?
What made me realize that it wasn't? Well, what happened? Yeah. So somewhere around. First of all, the other thing that I found out through research is that because I don't have children, perimenopause is also supposed to be much worse for women who don't have children. It's also supposed to be much worse for women who have been on birth control for extended periods of time. So if you've been on birth control for most of your life, perimenopause is supposed to be much worse for you because you've been on replacement hormones for periods of time, is something that I have also learned. And somewhere after I was around 41, 42, I started having out of control panic and anxiety attacks that I don't know really when it started happening because I didn't have air conditioning, but I was having like these crazy, like I thought it was panic anxiety attacks that were happening every time I had to get ready to leave the house to like go someplace, go to work, go to a show, go to anything. I would like be completely drenched in sweat, getting ready, and I had a lot of circumstantial stuff that was going on in my life during that time, so the panic and anxiety made perfect sense. And I went, I saw a therapist, I was in treatment for it, so I had a lot of support around it. Mm-hmm. But after the couple of years after, because my life really, truly, like, completely was plowed. My life was plowed for a couple of years, and it, the field has to lay fallow for a few seasons, sometimes several seasons, to be able to for that ground to be fertile again, so that things can grow. So that plowing happened, and it was a process for me, and I had a lot of support during that time. But when the circumstantial stuff in my life stopped being there, and the panic, anxiety, and those side effects did not go away, it was very, very clear that it was a hormonal thing that was going on. There was no other explanation for what was happening. And the thing, you know, when panic and anxiety happens anyway, you can't control what's going on in your body. That's the thing that, and especially with grief as well, when you're talking about grief. It's just so funny, we said, hey, we want to talk about grief, we want to talk about healing. Grief is the other thing, you don't get to control grief. That's the main contributor about grief. You don't get to be in charge. And that's how you know it's grief. Because you're not done with grief. Grief tells you when you're done. You don't get to say when you're done with grief. It's not something you can control. So it's just when that all kind of abates and goes aside and the other stuff is still, you can't control what's happening in your body. I mean, that's really the most frustrating part, is that you're just not in charge of something that, for me, I've made a career out of being in charge of everything. And the illusion of that, the true illusion of that, when you can no longer hold up the illusion of that, the surrender to that is something that is magnificent and horrifying in the worst in the worst way, but it also truly is the most liberating thing that is possible. So why would you want to miss out on that? I mean, really, that surrender is something that I wouldn't want anyone to miss out on, the liberation of that. But at the same time, life's going to take care of that for you. It chips away at you in that way anyway. You know, that life does that for you. So the healing part of that, and I mean, I feel like life's pretty unreconcilable most of the time without any form of a spiritual life. You have to find something that's going to help. Otherwise, life's just unreconcilable. And I can't live an unreconcilable life, so, you know.
Well, there you go.
I mean, for me, because I have to feel empowered in the day. Otherwise, it's just too much, you know. And I came from something that just, it was too much to be able to deal with life. So, you know, you have to find something that works. So, when you do find something that can work for you, that's, you know, you want to get out and share that with as many people as possible, because everyone suffers and struggles, and that's the thing that connects all of us. So, Jill, you have to talk.
I know, but I love listening to you. You're spouting all this wisdom and things I don't know, so I'm listening. I'm like, tell me more. Okay, here's what's on my mind. Complete non sequitur. This is a beautiful coffee cup that my friend Cindy bought me from Target.
I've actually been ogling your coffee cup this entire time.
The designs are literally wiping off with my finger. Literally. That worries me. Is it toxic? Am I drinking it? Did it come off because of my dishwasher? I feel like I don't have
It probably came off because of your dishwasher. I would hand wash the cup.
It says on the bottom, microwave safe, dishwasher safe.
Anything for me that has something metallic on it, I hand wash.
Okay.
That's just me, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
it's probably about as toxic as your lipstick is.
Okay.
And you eat that all day long.
I literally just wiped off 3 more dots.
Well, stop doing that.
I know. I'm kind of a compulsive person. Once I start something, I have to finish it.
So you will not be satisfied until all the dots are gone?
Yeah, and then it'll just be a pink and white cup with an awesome brown handle.
Jill, what are we going to have for lunch today?
Oh my gosh. I'm always a fan of pokey.
Oh, yes.
I love pokey. Sadly, Paul is not here, so one of us, or both of us, will have to go get it. It's not that far. But
we're so spoiled. When I come to Jill's house, I'm extra spoiled. Because I just like to be spoiled.
There's also, we have lots of options. Pokey's probably a healthy one.
I want the pokey.
Okay, we're gonna get pokey after this.
People are just gonna think we're so fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, elitist bitches talking about how other people pay to get into the colleges, but we're gonna have pokey. We see the irony, so I feel like we can't be that bad. Yeah, we're aware. Awareness is half the battle, maybe.
I will chant To not loathe myself today.
To not what yourself?
Loathe myself today.
Oh, please don't ever loathe yourself.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'll just go be of service.
Okay.
You know, because that's the best way to, you know, just give back, and then you just aren't thinking about yourself. Because the problem isn't that you think so highly of yourself; it's that you think only of yourself.
That's true.
So just stop. You know, it's like it's not whether or not you like yourself. It's like just stop thinking about yourself. Just go do something for somebody else. And yeah, I mean that usually just kind of takes care of it. It's just like just go help somebody else. Like, just quit worrying about whether you're a good person, you're a bad person, overfishing, not overfishing. Spread it out. Like, you know, eat something other than the same thing all of the time. You know, like
yeah.
donate some stuff. Don't donate some stuff. You know, keep it. Don't keep it. You know.
Right. Make a decision.
Don't make a decision. Enjoy it. Don't enjoy it. Eat it all. Don't eat it all.
Eat none of it.
It doesn't matter. You know, be a good person. Don't be a good person. You know.
No, I'm going to ask you to try to be a good person. I'm going to ask you to try.
Really, just try to be a good person. And then it's not really up to you whether you are a good person or not. Just keep trying to be a good person.
Right.
Just go do good in the world. And then don't, you know, do the list of like, was I? No, just keep doing good in the world.
Let Santa worry about that.
See, even better. I think we're going to end on the laugh.